Jared Tebo here again with another JTP tech tip. This time I'm going to show you how to get your diff in your car, get your center drive shaft put on, and set your mesh and everything in your diff case. So gonna put your pinion gear in. And you have your set screw for your drive shaft. Anything that gets Loctite, you want to always wipe down clean so that the Loctite can work. You want to use red Loctite on this, so just get a little red Loctite on there with your finger. Kind of twist it, spread it around, get it in all the threads, and put it in the drive shaft. So then you'll line the set screw up with the flat part. And this is the key. You want to push it on so when you tighten it, it doesn't wiggle back and forth, but you don't want to push it on really tight and then tighten it down, because it will crush your bearings and it won't spin freely. So just lightly put pressure on it, tighten it, see how it spins, and then check your play. You don't want it to move at all, but you want it to spin really free. If you tighten that up, if you push on this too much and tighten it down, this will be really bound up and your car won't work right. So you just lightly push pressure, and then you want to get these really tight so that they never come loose. And you want nice and free, but not to move at all back and forth. So now next step is setting your diff into your car. So right now I have no shims. Put it in there, pops in easy, but if you can see, it moves a little bit side to side. So put the other end on just to check the backlash. So what backlash is basically your gear mesh. So I'll hold the ring gear, or actually I'll hold the drive shaft and I'll wiggle the ring gear, check my backlash. It's just a little bit looser than what I would like. So since this just popped in there pretty easily, the key thing that people make mistakes on is they just set the backlash, but they don't look at how tight the diff fits in. So you want it to fit in somewhat tight, but not overly tight. If it's overly tight, it's going to crush on your bearings, and just like what I talked about with the drive shaft, it will be tight. But if it goes in too easily and it wobbles back and forth, your backlash will just change all the time, and that's a big reason why people strip out ring and pinion gears. Is they think they're setting their backlash correct, but the diff moves around side to side, so it's always changing. So I'm just going to add one shim on the gear side. It pops in a little bit tighter that time. So now still spins free. You want it to spin pretty free. You don't want to be able to feel the gears. You know, setting it tight doesn't really help your cause if you're stripping these out. You know, it's just about keeping your diff not from rocking side to side, also keeping this not from rocking forward and back, because that will just change your backlash all the time, and that's how you strip gears out. You want everything nice and tight but free, and then you want just a little tiny bit of backlash. So you want to check all the way around. It's really good. It just barely rocks. When I turn it, I don't feel the gears. So we're set to go. Put my gears in here, or my screws in here, I'm sorry. Again, these screws you do not want to over tighten, so I'll set my clutch pretty low, and I won't actually use the clutch on these. snug them down a little bit. On the MP9, you can strip these out pretty easily, and if you're using a drill and you're actually using your clutch, you will just go right through these pretty easily. So I always use the wrench, don't use the drill's clutch on that. And then next step is actually I won't put the A-arms in. I'll just show you guys the grease that I use and how much grease to use. I use Kyosho ring gear grease. It's a white grease. Get a little bit on my finger and just start pouring it on the gears. As I'm going, I'm kind of twisting it, and you want a lot of grease on there. So I will cover the whole gear. Just keep twisting it around till I get back to where I have it greased. And just spool it around a bunch. You want to make sure all the grease goes completely down in the gears. And yeah, if you run that dry, you get a lot better chance of stripping the gears out. So you want to make sure it's nice and greased up. That's what it should look like, and you should have no problems at all. Thanks for watching.